Jason, your team to go first. Oh. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now. It's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, and we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming. You know, it's like in Manchester, there's people, like, looting B&Q for sleighs and wellies. Like, rock salt has got a bigger street value than crack cocaine. It's not good.
Charlie, how are things in the square? How's Doc coping?
Yeah, I think she's all right. I don't know.
Because it's icy outside the Vic, isn't it?
Yeah. No, they're getting on all right, I think.
Of course they are. They recorded it months ago, so it's not snowing there, it's fine.
But no, they're doing stuff at the moment, which will come out in about 8 weeks, so that'll look a bit weird.
That's a shame, because everything else in EastEnders is so realistic. I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
I basically...
You just press everything.
You know
there's lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage go...
And so I've got no heating in my house. So my kids are sleeping. We're all sleeping in the same bed, and I've put the kids in tights, and they wear tights right out. And one of them's only little.
OK, good.
Listen to that, listen to Claudia. That is as irrelevant as most of the news coverage. If you watch the news, the coverage of the news is just ridiculous. People go, and we're going live to a gritting depot in Cheshire. There's a woman standing there going, yes, I'm outside the Cheshire gritting depot, and there's a lot of grit moving out. They're doing it all night, getting the grit on the road, so... back over to you in the studio. There's some snow. That's it.
You do watch it and think travel chaos. Yeah, why do you bother going there then? Yes. If there's such travel chaos, how have you got the film crews everywhere in the country? This is the worst affected area. We've just arrived with a camera.
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done a snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty bastard? Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry. Good.
Do you homeschool?
Sorry, not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. So all the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them?
What do you wear?
You know what? No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I would not. No, you know, I wouldn't do something like that. You know.
Are they not sick of you though? Like after spending all day with you, and then they get home. They're at home.
Number one, we don't spend all day doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time, and we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip, Mum? Mummy's getting a bikini waxed. Good luck, kids. Shall we have a look and see whether the weather is one of the most talked about things this week? I have a feeling it might be. Of course. Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Sean, Claudia and Shappy, your turn first.
Oh, yeah.
What do you like the look of?
Oh, the magician's hat.
You've chosen the magician. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
As a professional magician for the past 16 years, I've seen firsthand the powerful effect that magic can have on the opposite sex. On this video, you'll see as we took a group of non-magicians, taught them the tricks, and let them loose. So let's watch now and see as they flirt with magic.
Excuse me, I was wondering if you happen to have lost this pen.
No, it's not mine.
Are you sure?
The thing.
This pen right here?
No.
Yeah, how about meeting me back here at 11 o'clock for a drink or so?
No. How do I know you're not some sort of a weirdo?
I'm not a weirdo.
That's the cigarette. Because all I need you to do is blow on the cigarette when I count to 3. Watch. 1, 2, 3, blow. Look, gone.
Oh, my God. So what else can you make disappear?
Flirting with magic there. OK, here's your related question.
OK.
67% of people believe in magic. True or false?
What?
Like wizards, like Harry Potter wizards.
Like wizards, Harry Potter, that sort of thing, Jesus, that sort of caper.
I think that there is magical things going on.
What sort of magical things?
Not telling you.
Oh, come on.
Well, I believe that the sky isn't the sky.
What do you think it is?
It's something else.
Really?
Unless 67% of the people were children, that's impossible. Like, everybody knows. Disappearing is like an illusion. Card tricks is, card
But
trick.
some people do genuinely believe
No,
that
they
David
don't.
Bale...
That's
Find me one
rubbish.
person over the age of 5.5 who believes in that.
What about Darren Brown? Because he always says at the beginning, this isn't magic, and then he does loads of things that you're like, that was magic?
I think it was magic that he you know, the lottery numbers.
Yeah,
he picked the lottery numbers after they'd been announced. I thought that was amazing. They
pretty-
convinced people that was a trick.
The thing with Darren Brown is that it's not just that he can do these things, it's that everybody in here, if you met Darren Brown and he started talking to you, you'd be thinking, what's he doing to me mind? Like, it's almost more important sometimes. If I was Darren Brown and everyone thought I could do anything, if I saw someone asleep on the train, say, I'd have a little wander over, right? I'd pull my pants down, right? I'd give him a little nudge, I'd go, thanks for that, mate, and then walk off, and he'd be...
OK, 67% of people believe in magic. True or false? What are you going to go with?
It's true.
True, yes.
OK, you're going to go true.
Count.
You're going to go...
I reckon it's true.
Are 67% of people asked mental?
Yes.
Yes.
I think we should go against them at least.
Do you think?
Let's
Time?
go false. Sorry, Bradley. I mean, just... I didn't do that.
Sorry, Bradley?
I'm so sorry. I'm so shocked. Do you know that? Like, the whole time I've been sat here, don't call him Bradley, don't call him Bradley. The whole time. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Oh, it's fine.
OK, we'll go with false then. I don't even know what's happened
Well, I can
there.
tell you that the answer is false.
Ooh, well played.
Sean's team first. What do you think the nation have been talking about?
There are people still moaning about the snow.
Well, some people are slightly more moany than others.
Brilliant thing on the news. This other bloke was being interviewed on the news the other day, and he was saying, he said, my bins haven't been emptied for a month. And the way he said it was like a euphemism. Nobody's come round to empty my bins. They haven't even given them a lick. I wouldn't mind if someone just came round and just jiggled my bins.
So, have your bins been emptied recently?
They were. There was a lack of bin men, and I had left out a big load of beer for them for Christmas, which was still there until earlier this morning.
So they have sex with you for beer?
Where did the sex bit come into it?
Oh, I was thinking of my euphemism.
Yeah, I think you were sticking
It was
with
just
that.
in our heads.
Oh.
Yeah.
But in our heads, it was going brilliantly.
Yeah, no, I'm now cleared out, as it were.
Have you been affected by the snow, Josie?
I tell you what I saw. I was walking along the road just after it snowed and everyone was moaning about lack of grit. I saw someone had taken it into their own hands and what they'd done was they put loads of flour on the drive and then when they've run out of flour, they put loads of oats and then they put loads of sugar. And I was really expecting to see, just next to that, a baker frozen to death. Just...
I've got my own salt. I use these little sachets of salt. What I do is I sprinkle a bit like that. Right, then I get another one out.
I get really pissed off. I get really pissed off by the whole, like, panic buying stuff that everyone talks about, like, panic buying, because there's a food shortage, people go out and they panic buy bread, eggs and milk. Like, to me, that doesn't seem like panic buying in a food shortage. That's quite intelligent buying. Panic buying would be if you went out to the shops during a food shortage and came back with, like, a copy of 40 Towers and a dildo. I panicked!
Is there a business opportunity here?
I don't... What, with dildos?
No. Although...
Do you know what I see, though? I don't know whether everybody else thinks the same, but this weather, you've got some nutters on the road.
I did see the two guys that drove on the canal this week. You see that?
Great, wasn't it?
You know, the best thing about the story, so it was guys, they got their car, whatever it was, a little tiny Citroen, they drove it along a canal and it went into the water and it reported that they both made it out alive And so did the dog. They took a dog.
Maybe the dog was driving. That's why they're on the canal. You know, sometimes you go to your dog, go on, you have a go. Sellotape his paws to the wheel. I'll do the gears, don't worry about the pedals. That's what happened.
Let's have a look and see whether the cold weather is still one of the most talked about things. Yes, of course it is. Yes, this is the news that the UK is still in the midst of the coldest winter for 30 years. A headmaster in Hampshire claims some pupils are struggling to make it into school because of the bad weather. He said of the 320 sitting maths A-level, 280 were in the exam hall when the exam started. Another 30 turned up 20 minutes later. 4 people went to the toilet, but only 3 returned. Then 42 left the building. How many were there at the end of the exam? Many people in the north have been bulk buying food because they're fat, greedy bastards.
What's that about? Well, just because people are buying milk and bread, we like milky bread. What's that?
Milky bread, yeah, bulk buying in Greggs.
We love it. Greggs is still open. They don't care if it's snowing. It's great. You can just slide straight in and put a pasty straight in your mouth.
Jason, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
The election battle heats up, apparently, because there's no other news. They've gone, there's an election in 6 months, and that's one of the stuff. So even, like, the Lib Dems have had to come up with proper policies, you know, because when you've got no chance of winning, you can basically say what you want, can't you? So for ages, they've been going, yeah, Jaffa Cakes will be one of your 5 a day, and everyone can have a rope slide to work, you know what I mean?
Who's your money on in the election, Faye?
I'm very much enjoying the idea that the Labour Party of giving voters presents if they vote for them. They've said that they'll give poor people laptops, which is very nice. Is he going to give them Wiis as well, maybe? Some chocolate?
Give everyone a little bit of chocolate.
I'll just give you a little bit of chocolate if you vote for me.
He might empty their bins.
Gordon Brown got a laugh in Parliament this week. He got a laugh. This is the easiest gig you've ever seen, right? He basically said that Hewitt, right? Hoon and Hewitt, he was going to put them down a salt mine. Yeah, I know. That was the gag, right? He says he's going to put them down a salt mine for what they've done in last week, and it got a laugh. I was like, they're laughing at that shit. They should watch an episode of You've Been Framed. They'll have an heart attack.
Let's have a look and see whether the election is one of the most talked about things this week.
We'll pick the moody girl.
So you've chosen the picture of the angry-looking child.
Yes.
Here's a clip from the American version of Wife Swap to illustrate the question.
At the Hollands, Joy jumps into action and forces the family to junk the junk.
Definitely no cheese in the can. Very happy to be throwing this away.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me. That's not how she can do it in our family. She's act like she's the queen and we're the sorry people. Joy, I have been nice to you, but now I'm coming to the edge.
I promise you one thing, okay? If you do not have at least one food that you like, I will buy you a piece of junk. Is that a deal?
No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make a deal anymore. I am leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags. She's going to try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels. See, this face again.
That's from the American version of Wife Swap. He looks very young to be married. Here is your question. 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme. True or false?
Actually specific parenting show?
I reckon they have, from Nanny.
Well, there's a few. There was Nanny...
Super Nanny.
There was Super Nanny.
Sit on the step. You know
the naughty step.
The naughty step. I've used that.
So where's your naughty step?
I've got a couple of stairs in the house.
I would imagine you've got
I've got
loads,
a choice
haven't
of
you?
which
Yeah.
one. I've got 5 kids, so I can send them off in different staircases.
My two are, you know, are only 5 months, so they're not really naughty, are they? I mean,
they're twins.
They're twins,
so they're
yeah.
naughty. But do you really think that you could tell your 5-month-old off at this stage? Don't you think it's a bit early to start telling them to sit on the naughty step?
No, I mean, no, just put them on the naughty step. Just lie down like a rocker on the naughty step. One of them does cry more than the other one, right? And than our favourite one. And there's one crying. The other one sometimes does look at me like, she is doing my head right. I'm siding with her a little bit, going, I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I saw a programme the other day and it said you shouldn't lie. You should never lie to your children. Which is an insane thing to say because, you know, things like when they say, like, you know, are there monsters under my bed? Well, you'd say, no, there aren't monsters under my bed. And they say, are there monsters outside? You go, well, they are, but they don't look like monsters. They're ordinary men and women who can do terrible things.
Did you get to stay up late to watch the show this evening? Lovely Uncle Sean's got some stories, hasn't he? 21% of parents have used a parenting tip from a TV programme, true or false? So what are you going to go with, Jason?
I think it's probably right.
Yeah,
True. You're going to go true?
Yeah.
OK, Sean, what are you saying?
Well, I like a bit of fun, a bit of a gambler. They call me the gambler. Come on, ladies, let's roll.
What do we...
Yeah, we'll go the opposite of what they said.
OK.
For a bit of fun.
OK, I can tell you the answer is true.
Oh.
So the question is, 23% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent.
An extraordinary talent. I don't know, what is an extraordinary talent?
Well, you know, they think they're a fabulous singer, fabulous dancer, just talented.
2 of my kids can fly. And the other one can't.
The other one, it turns out.
Yeah.
That
so
went
I
badly.
don't let the other 2 fly. I say, you'll just upset the other one. whatever its name is. When he's out there, I go, go on, fly. He's coming back in. Get down. So, yes, if you call that extraordinary, then, yeah, guilty as charged.
Jodie, what do you think?
I think so. I think, you know, all parents love and adore their children.
Mine are only 5 months old, so don't really... One time I went to change a nappy and she sneezed and everywhere. That was fun. And he went... It was amazing. I went, oh, that was extraordinary.
Just remember what my other kid can do. The other one, the one who can't fly, though, can do something quite extraordinary.
What can he do, Sean?
You know, he can walk on one hand, like that, on his fingers, like in cartoons. And I tell him, don't do that when the other 2 are in. But that's it. Can't read or write, either of them.
23% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent, so you're going to go for true or false? Sean?
True, yeah, let's go true.
Yeah. OK, you're going true. What are you going to go for?
What do you
I
reckon?
think false.
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 Yeah, we'll go false then.
False.
You go false. I can tell you the answer is false. In fact, 42% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent. I tell you who I think was a talented child. Do you remember little Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5? He was incredible, wasn't he? Whatever happened to him? Oh, right, OK. Did he? And then 40 million albums. And then he did what? Yeah, everyone likes children. Oh, I see. But I could go and see him live? All right. Well, I better just kick on then. Over to Jason's team. What do you like the look of?
Theatre. Let's go with the theatre.
Of course, our first love. OK, 51% of theatre-goers say what has ruined their theatre experience?
Other people.
Other people, the rest of the audience. I was doing a show once and I'd literally just started and I was doing a bit and this woman came down the aisle and go, Michael, I can't find my seat. My son's in it and I can't find him anywhere. And I'm trying to carry on. Excuse me, I don't know where I'm sitting, it's too dark. And I had to stop. And up goes the light, and the bloke who's obviously with his mum is going, dear God in heaven. And it's laughing, going, put her in the seat, and then we had to carry on.
I went to see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we took the whole family, we all went along, and my little brother's 10, and he's just at that age where he thinks it's, like, sort of real. And there's the point where Snow White gets given that poison apple, and she goes, should I eat the apple? And everyone's going, no, don't do it. And my brother's on his feet, he's going, no, don't do it! Don't do it, it's poison! Don't do it! Don't do it! And she eats it and collapses, and he went, I bloody told her!
Mobile phones?
Mobile
phones.
Yeah.
That is the right answer.
Right, yeah.
Yes, 51% of theatre-goers say that a mobile phone has ruined their theatre experience. The worst thing about phones going off in the theatre is you end up with the actors breaking out of character, pointing and shouting, and everyone in the audience hissing and muttering. In the end, I could hardly hear what my mate was trying to say, even on loudspeaker. Best way to discourage burglars.
What I do, I put a nude picture of me in the window. But from behind, so I'm looking over my shoulder like that, going... and he just says, come in.
Parma ham. I just put Parma ham out, because people are easily distracted. You come in thinking, right, I want a DVD. Hey, up, there's some ham there.
You could lace the Parma ham or something.
Bit of mozzarella.
A lot of burglars are junkies, aren't they? So what I think would be a good thing to do is fill your front garden full of gnomes dressed as policemen. They go, whoa, what's going on there? That is a bit freaky, I'm not going in there.
OK, best way to discourage burglars?
A dog.
That's a crazy answer.
Yeah.
Dog? That's mental.
Beware of the dog sign is number 9 on our list.
That only works for cat burglars, though.
Good night, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, we've had a call in from the 2 Ronnies. They want it back. What do you think the best way to
Create a burglar alarm?
No, that's number 4. Alan Cochrane?
Is it a mutt? Is number 1 a mutt? The best way to discourage burglars is a mutt.
I don't know if you can say moat properly. I'm guessing that you're trying to say moat, but you're saying mert. Like a goldfish that's got learning difficulties.
Shall I say it like you say it?
Yeah.
All right. Moat.
No. OK, it's meant to fool the burglars.
Lights on?
Yeah, lights on. I was about
That is
to
the
say
right
lights
answer.
on, of course.
The best way to discourage burglars is leaving the lights on. If you've broken into a house and you're watching this because they've left the telly on, why don't you do a poo in the living room? OK, scariest fairy tale character.
The scariest thing that I remember is a child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. That is in there, I think.
Played by Madonna, wasn't it? Madonna, that.
Lots of people say
One of those first roles.
Is it Hannibal Lecter? I remember my dad used to read that to me every night. And he said, and he ate his liver with some fava beans of nice Chianti. Good night.
I tell you what, the other one I ate, Jill from Jack and Jill. She was a clumsy wasn't she? He's fallen down a hill, right? And then she's made the exact same mistake, fallen down, landing on her, and then he's broken his crown and she's gone, I know what to fix that, a bit of brown paper and vinegar. And you're like, Germaline, you daft sod, Germaline!
OK, I'll give you a clue. Think gingerbread house.
The witch from Hansel and Gretel.
It's the witch with the oven and all of that going on.
It's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yes, the scariest fairy tale character is the witch in Hansel and Gretel. In the original fairy tale, the witch who eats children represents acute postnatal depression, and the gingerbread house represents cravings during pregnancy. Hansel is the male generative force, the sperm, the son of the wood chopper or penis. Gretel is the egg. The enchanted forest is pubic hair. The warts on the witch's face are an STD. Cinderella is a the gingerbread man is gay. The beanstalk is a giant cock. Little Red Riding Hood is the clitoris, and Goldilocks animals. Any questions? We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what things they find the most irritating, annoying and offensive. It's our panellists' job to guess the top 5. Jason, your team to go first. So Jason, Lauren, David, what do people find irritating, annoying and offensive?
Can I just say good luck, Jimmy, and you have a great show, yeah?
Yeah, thanks, man.
Have a really great show, yeah?
Yeah, you too. That is quite an offensive and irritating thing, isn't it?
Is it the fact that people are so obsessed by celebrities?
Yeah. There's people in the papers all the time for shagging and that.
I know.
I mean, like Jordan has been the big one recently because she's remarried in Vegas. I mean, personally, I think it's clearly a love match that's going to work out. You know,
yeah,
she's a best-selling author, a writer. I wish her all the best.
Yeah.
Well, but does she write... you know, and she's written all these books. A lot of celebrity autobiographies are no holds bars. Hers are no holes barred.
I thought you were talking about me.
Because I've written books. And I've had sex with celebrities, so...
Who have you had sex with?
All of them.
You've had sex with all of them?
Yes.
Oh.
Several times. You're next.
Who have you had sex with?
OK, you haven't read my books?
I've read your books,
Of course
Dennis.
not.
Oh.
Okay, name names.
Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Sly Stallone.
Yes.
They're the two biggies in the book.
They weren't that biggie.
Let's just forget the show. Let's just talk about this.
Who else was on the list? Mick
Jack
Jagger?
Nicholson. But I dated these
Jack
men...
Nicholson?
Yes.
Well done.
Have you really shagged Jack Nicholson?
Yes.
What was he like?
The Joker was wild.
Nice.
The Joker was what? She's even got a line on it.
Look, Janice just asked me, she said, do I sound like a slag? And I went, no.
Hang on. We were talking about Janice's autobiography, and to be fair, that is a different kettle of fish from, Chantel off Big Brother's autobiography.
Well, a lot of them, it almost reads like when you remember at school and you have to write about your weekend. You have to they go, what did you do?
The news book.
This is what I did on my holidays. I went out and played with friends. I did some skipping. I had some chocolate. I went out again and played with friends. We went to see Grandma. Then I married Wayne Rooney.
Sean, are you a fan of celebrity culture?
Yeah.
He loves it.
I can't wait till that copy of Heat hits the doormat. When does it come out? Every day? Tuesday.
Near enough, Sean, near enough.
It's weird. I do think what's weird about magazines like Heat is it's gossip. It's a gossip magazine. I was brought up to believe that gossip wasn't like a good thing. It was like on a moral par with like shoplifting or smearing shit on toilet doors, you know. It wasn't something you went on about.
I find those magazines quite hypnotising. Do you not think when you walk in, they're always in that order, aren't they? Like, hello, look closer, OK, now.
I hate the whole thing, celebrity culture, the whole Heat thing. If I wanted racism, ignorance and people f***ing off a pig, I'd have stayed at home with my parents.
Let's have a look and see whether our obsession with celebrities has annoyed the public. Yes, the thing that offends us most is celebrity culture. These days, people want the rewards of being a celebrity without the long, hard slog of having to go out with David Walliams. A lot of people think that, the kind of people that go on reality TV wouldn't be able to survive in the real world. Here's Big Brother's Nikki Graham working as a fisherman.
Nikki has no idea what jobs are about to hit her in the next 48 hours.
I'd quite like to work in a school, fashion industry, for a skincare company, but only for an hour or two, that's the problem.
Is this actually fishing? Are we doing it now? Am I fishing now? In the net? Stop the boat. I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
After an hour of trawling, the nets are raised. But Nikki still hasn't lifted a finger.
Crawling around on the boat.
Right. We're going over there.
You've been saying that ever since I got on the boat.
That was, of course, Nikki Graham from Big Brother there being a trawlerman.
It made me enjoy fish more. And that's the amount of pain she goes through for every fish I eat. She'd be better as bait, wouldn't she? Put her a hook and chuck her overboard.
Right, what else do people find irritating, annoying and offensive? Sean?
Is it personal hygiene, Jimmy? Do people not like smelly people?
Yeah, especially in London, on the tube, bad breath, smelly armpits, all that stuff, that's going to be in there. People, yeah.
Sometimes it's nice because people have a manly smell.
Yeah. Funky.
Funky?
I don't like funky odours, but, some guys that, have funk.
A lot of celebrities bring out perfumes, don't they? The only one who hasn't brought out a perfume is Amy Winehouse. And if she did, I think it would be called something like Landfill.
I think it might be called Amy Winehouse Pull My Finger.
Yeah.
You can imagine the bottle, though, would be just a little glass shape of a crack pipe. Should be a
This is almost like a product development meeting now. Let's move on.
Sometimes with the... like, when you go to wash your hands after you've had a wee and that's quite a... People get very annoyed about that. And I do wash my hands. Sometimes I pretend to wash them and then come out and my wife's like, looks at me like I've washed them, so I have to do a little pretend dry of my hands. I'm drying nothing, but I like to pretend for her sake.
Have you heard that thing that in a bowl of peanuts on the bar there's like 11 or 20 or 30 different...
27.
What? 27 different types of urine?
You know that's why they're called peanuts.
See, I didn't...
Gotta let it go when that happens.
I didn't even know there were 27 different... I can only think of clear and cloudy, and I was stuck.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Let's have a look and see whether personal hygiene is something that annoys you British people. Yes, 47% of us find bad personal hygiene offensive. My girlfriend's actually got a cleanliness problem downstairs. Kitchen's a f***ing state. Jason, David, Fern, what have the nation been talking about?
Go on, Dave.
They've been talking about a footballer called either Terry John or John Terry.
No one is quite sure.
No. And what he's done is he's had sex with a lady.
It's like most of these sort of stories. I read them and I think, I've got my own problems. Do you know what I mean? I read it, I thought to myself, like the radiator in our bathroom won't turn off, so it's dead on. It's really hot all the time.
It does seem bizarre how big it... I mean, it's just been absolutely...
Both.
Everywhere, yeah.
Both
and he
ways.
tried to get a gagging order, didn't he? But she said she wasn't into the kinky stuff. Fern, you're a married woman. What do you think of John Terry's antics?
Well, I think that she knew that that's what he does.
Do you think he's a role model? That's the thing. That's what they keep going, don't they? They keep going, he's not a role model. And I think, hold on, he's on 170 grand a week and he shagged a French underwear model. He's a role model.
I mean, it's just, he's done a terrible thing and it was my husband, I'd kill him and all of that stuff. But it is the World Cup year and I think we're all hoping... After the World Cup...
Hang on. If you listen carefully, you can hear Emmeline Pankhurst turning in her grave.
I feel sorry for that girl, although she did allegedly sleep with a number of the Chelsea... Like, how many footballers do you have to have sex with before you become an official mascot? Let's see.
In my case, it was 6.
Well, they're kicking off Antica about him, like, losing the England captaincy. And, but you're like, well, who are you going to give it to? Who else is it? You're going to give it to Steven Gerrard? Steven Gerrard, he punched the DJ the other week. Then you've got Wayne Rooney. He likes to have a little play with grannies every so often, you know.
He didn't know they were grannies, did he? To be fair, in Liverpool, a granny's about 38.
The only reason I think we should question whether he should play for England at all is that he has had sex with so many women, and apparently, something I read, he had sex with somebody on crutches in a toilet.
Yeah.
If he'll have sex with anyone, and what I'm concerned about in terms of his football career is he'll be running down towards goal, and maybe the wind will blow, and a linesman will show a little bit too much leg, and Terry will be on him like a tiger, covering him full of his evil seed.
But also, if you want to have sex with someone in a toilet, it's much more room to have sex with someone in a disabled toilet. So someone with crutches gets the front of the queue.
Yeah. Think on, Terry.
They're all right, them disabled toilets. You've got all them handles and that, so you can do, you know, and then, you know, a little CD player and some candles and that. It's quite romantic.
Candles?
Yeah, candles.
I've never been in one with candles.
No, you've got to bring your own candles, you weirdo.
Sean, you're a Chelsea fan. What? Yeah. Does it annoy you?
I can't really comment on it because, as they say, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, you know? What? I mean, the reason I mean, it's not quite the same as John Terry, but I was round a friend of mine's house and he had to go to pick something up from the post office, you know, like you do with those cards, and while he was out, I had a bite of his toast.
What you don't know is that 4 other people on this panel also had a bite of that toast, so...
I had my bite in a disabled toilet.
To be honest, if he comes back from South Africa with the World Cup, I think he can sleep with most of our missuses, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone will have any
I
problem.
think if he comes back from South Africa with the World Cup, he'll have nicked it.
let's have a look and see whether John Terry's one of the most talked about things this week. Of course he is, of course. Yes, the tabloids have reported that John Terry cheated on his wife with a teammate's girlfriend. Vanessa Parancel fell for Terry when she first saw his tackle, and she loved it when he got it in the box. She was amazed by his ball control, especially when she saw him dribble around the goal mouth. And then shoot and score. She was incredibly impressed that he could shoot not once, not twice, but 3 times in 90 minutes, and she loved it when they changed ends at half-time. But what really impressed her was when he'd finished playing football, he took her home and her. Sean, Holly, Greg, what do you like the look of?
The alien thing.
You want the Holly? Yes, Holly's chosen the alien.
OK.
Please.
You've gone for the picture of the alien. Here is a clip of Patrick Moore talking to a man who can genuinely speak alien.
Mr. Bernard Byron from Essex moves in a realm of the unknown which makes it very difficult for us to disprove him. And yet he has the charm, the cheerfulness and the courage which is common to all independent thinkers. How many languages can you speak?
I can speak altogether 3 of the space languages. One is Venusian, the second is Kruger, the planet Kruger 60b, and Pluto.
How did you learn these languages?
These languages have been a gift sent from me from the actual people by rays.
What about Plutonian? What does that sound like?
Plutonian is
What does that mean, actually?
That means, how are all you? I am very pleased to see you this afternoon.
What I like about that is it makes up that aliens have a concept of our hours, like they have before and afternoons.
I used to be able to speak alien, but I've got my bottom teeth grew back. OK, here is your related question. Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials?
What's your definition of an extraterrestrial?
Well, terrestrial is like BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extraterrestrials like Men and Motors, UK Living. Have I misunderstood this question?
Aliens, basically aliens.
What I don't understand about aliens is they travel millions of light years. They never come and meet the president or anything, do they? It's like, oh no, I'm going to hang out with some rednecks and have sex with them in the night.
Maybe they're more like you than you think.
Looking at this picture, why don't you get fat aliens? I mean, they can eat anything they want, can't they? They're aliens.
Jabba the Hutt, he was fat.
Yeah.
He wasn't an alien.
He was?
He wasn't.
What was he?
He wasn't real.
So you mean real
Talking
aliens?
about real ones, this one
real
here.
ones. It is fun when people do spot aliens, though. Like what I like about... There was something a while back in Dudley, where apparently Dudley is like a hotspot in this country for UFO activity, right? Somebody rang up to say they'd seen a UFO, and they went, what's it like? And they went, it looks like a Dorito. And they now, when describing shapes, who gets to Dorito before triangle?
Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials? Yes or no, Sean?
I don't think they do. I think they're quite a rational bunch.
OK, what do you think? What are you going to go with? Yes or no?
Oh.
I think they do.
I think they do.
There's a lot of space out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go true then.
OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 54% of our audience said they believe in extraterrestrials. Robbie Williams, Uri Geller, Krista Berg, Gloria Honeyford, David Icke, Danny Dyer, Howard from the Halifax ads. They all believe in aliens. Can they all be wrong? Hello and welcome to the 8 out of 10 Cats Sports Special, a show about survey statistics, and this week, sport. Did you know, for example, there are 336 dimples on a regulation golf ball, which is why they're so adorable. The biggest participation sport in the world is fishing. Of course, a lot of the participants are fish, and they're not happy about it. Chinese gymnast Lu Li is the smallest person ever to compete in the Olympic Games. Lu Li was just 4 foot 3 inches tall. Wow-wee. Was the second smallest. And 63% of people think Serena Williams is better looking than Venus. I'm going to be diplomatic and say I think they're both lovely-looking fellas. Wilson, your team first.
We won the World Cup. That's got to be it.
Yeah, that's right.
The one thing that we remember was 1966 and the golden-haired boy, Bobby Moore, lifting that cup.
I like the way that it's lifted alongside 2 world wars. Like it's sort of equal importance.
But it's lucky we won it. Could you imagine that song? Like, 2 world wars and a couple of semi-finals.
England 1966. So I'm not old enough to remember it. Gabby, what was it like?
What are you messing about? The ball was heavier then, though, wasn't it? It's light now, the ball. It moves around. You skill to control it. The ball in '66 was like basically kicking a suitcase around. It was. It's really heavy. You probably need a wheelbarrow to get it over the line. So the very fact they got it up the Germans' end was quite an achievement.
Do you rate our chances for 2010 in South Africa?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a bit of a cliché, but I think this is the best chance we've had. But, of course, that means we won't progress from the group now that I've just said that. But we've got an easy group as well, so...
Wayne Rooney is our biggest hope. He's the best English player, and he's also the only man who can grow a beard that's red when his hair isn't. I think that is just, in its own right, that should give him a medal.
He looks like he could grow it in about 4 minutes.
Oh, definitely.
He just goes, I fancy a beard.
Have we been practising penalties, though? That's the big... You know what I mean? That is hard,
I can't
isn't
believe when they get to the final... I don't know anything about football, but when they get... You just watch the final and they go, I don't think they spent enough time practising penalties. Surely that happens in a footballer's life. When they're off the PlayStation for half an hour, they go, we should try and kick it a goal.
Yeah, but you can't replicate. It's the nerves, isn't it? You know, Denise has performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people.
You can replicate it.
You can't replicate
You
the
can
nerves.
replicate. That's nonsense. And they say that. So you can't represent that intense pressure. What you do is you say to an England player, right, you take a penalty. If you miss, we're going to shoot you.
We know the World Cup win 66 is going to be up there somewhere. Let's have a look and see where. Controversially, England winning the World Cup in 1966 only came second in our poll of the most memorable sporting moments. The Queen, of course, was in the crowd to support her countrymen. Sadly, the Germans lost. Sean, Johnny and Gabby, your turn first. What do you like the look of?
Fans.
Fans, please.
The fans,
Fans,
OK.
please.
You've chosen the sports fans. Here's a clip to illustrate the question.
We are the Diamonds. We come from Glasgow. We're here to play football. Out of our way. With the Diamond side, we come from Glasgow town. And when we're hitting the field, we're never messing around. We're gonna move the ball, we're gonna pass and rush. And if you get in the way, you're gonna feel the crush. The truth can hurt, and the truth is mean. We're the baddest team that's ever been seen. We can't be stopped when we start to play. Talk about the Diamonds, what do we say? The Diamonds.
That's the Glasgow Diamonds there. They're the top of the Clydesdale NFL and bottom of the Clydesdale NFL. OK, your related question is, 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. True or false?
My sporting idol's a man. I don't want him to sleep with my husband.
Oh, come on, treat yourself. Who's your sporting idol?
You know, a lot of couples do this. You know, you have kind of fantasy shags where if you meet them, if you both
Ooh.
meet them, they're
Yeah,
like so
I get it.
far out there that you go, yeah, you're allowed to. So Kenny's was Cameron Diaz, and mine was this New Zealand rugby player. So anyway, I check into this hotel in Melbourne. In
You mean you went for one that's
2003.
actually feasible? I like it. There's a very much a possible shag.
And I got in there and I rang Kenny. I said, "You'll never guess who's in the lift with me. It's Dougie Howlett, the New Zealand rugby player." He put the phone down.
I've got an agreement with my girlfriend. If I ever get to sleep with Kylie Minogue, she can fuck off. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. Who's your sporting idol?
Bob Nudd. I'd let Bob Nudd. Bob Nudd, the angler.
You'd let your wife
I'd let him sleep with my wife. I don't think he'd bother her for long. I think he'd go in there, he'd start talking about different flies and casting angles, and she'd fall asleep. He'd probably have a fiddle and then go, actually, tide's in. I'll get some good, I'll get some roach on that estuary.
I love this mime. He'd have a fiddle. Denise, what do you think? Who's your sporting idol?
I do like Tiger Woods, or used to.
Tiger Woods probably would. He's not fussy. Tiger Woods, I believe, has a blanket policy, every hole's a goal. you out. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. You're going to go...
I think it's false because I think it's going to be higher.
I think it's a lie.
Yeah.
OK, what are you going to go for?
True, then.
You're going to go true?
Yeah, we'll go true.
OK. I can tell you it's true. 11% of sports fans would allow their sporting idol to sleep with their partner. I must say, if I had to pick a sporting idol, it would probably be Desert Orchid. My wife is in for a treat. Jason's team, you're to choose. What do you want to go for?
Well, we've got to.
We've got to. We'll
go for the Olympics.
You're going to Olympics. OK, you've gone for the Olympic rings. Here's your question. What did the nation prefer, the Olympics or the World Cup? It's a good question, isn't it?
The thing with the Olympics, like the World Cup, you go, well, I like football. I like football. And it's, you know, if you like football, then you like the whole of the World Cup, don't you? With the Olympics, you only like certain things. Like, there's some stuff in... I like that, you know, rhythmic gymnastics. No offence, Gabby, right? I know you did it for a little time, right? But that one, I'm telling you, that is just a bloke who's got a bit of toilet tissue stuck to his hand. That
The other thing that gets me about the Olympics is that they give away a bronze medal for third. Like, there's gold, yeah? Valuable.
Oh, yeah, gold, yeah,
gold,
lovely.
Valuable. Silver, valuable. Bronze, if you had some lying around the house, a thief wouldn't even bother nicking it.
Have you got any bronze?
I have. No. Someone comes just going to go,
I love
we've got
my
a bronze
Olympic
medalist
medal.
coming in today. No one cares. You may as well, if you're going to give them a bronze medal, you may as well let them hold a toaster. When they have the Olympics over in the East End, yeah? When they have the van load of medals being shipped over, believe me, they're not going to have to protect the bronze medals from the local hoodies. Worthless. Worthless.
You've obviously not seen any of those Cash for Bronze adverts on the telly.
OK, what are you going to go for? What do the nation prefer, the Olympics or the World Cup? Sean?
World Cup, World Cup,
World Cup, World Cup, World Cup.
OK, you're going World Cup. What are you going to go for?
No, I think we've got to go for Olympics. Let's just go for it. Because even if it's wrong, it's right. Yeah. But it will be wrong.
I can tell you that 57% of the nation prefer the Olympics to the World Cup.
I'm on the internet all the time. I tell you what I do. I shop on the internet. I buy absolutely everything on the internet.
You're not worried about fraud and all that sort of stuff?
No.
You're not worried about people nicking your identity and that?
No.
I bet your password is proper confusing, though, isn't it? You've got an amazing password that you've actually got to solve 3 sums to get the password.
I buy a ton of books from Amazon, but I actually go to the factory and I never ever use their website.
You just go to the depot in Leicester?
Yeah, and there's one in Germany. I just like to be able to browse and see them in the boxes and, you know...
It would be amazing if Amazon opened up a shop where you could browse. Yeah.
I find it weird when they do that thing where they sort of suggest other things that you might like to buy because of what you've bought previously. Like, I bought your DVD at Christmas, right? And then it said, you like Jimmy Carr's DVD, you might also like a Police Academy 5 assignment Miami Beach.
Whereas actually, you'd be more likely to like Mission to Moscow, which is the 6th in the series.
But you were great in both of those films, so...
I tell you, I bought your DVD at Christmas as well, and quite rightly, you know, they offer you things that you think would be associated. And there's an inflatable bondage chair that came up online. But
well, there must have been some other things that you bought as well. I'll tell you what you would love.
They were also offering Mein Kampf. Tonight, Jimmy, you might like Mein Kampf. It's a book by a young writer called Adolf Hitler.
999. It is, the recommendations is an odd thing because it's sort of... I don't mind buying stuff on Amazon, but when the recommendations come up, I do sometimes think, is that me? I've got to change.
It would freak you out if it happened in Tesco, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If you were, like, buying some tuna and someone went, do you like tuna? You tried it with pasta? It's well nice. Or if somebody came and bought your shopping last minute. Like, you've done all the work, bought it, and you put your bid in for your shopping, you're lining up in Tesco and someone's gone, I think you'll find that's my shopping now.
David, do you buy anything on... You buy eBay stuff, don't you?
I recently bought on eBay a 5-foot actual-size inflatable giant penguin. And it's the first time ever in my life I have thought, wow, when my parents were my age, they had 2 kids in a house. And I have an actual-size 5-foot...
Right, let's have a look and see whether shopping is one of the top 5 uses of the internet.
Yay!
Yes! Shopping is, of course, one of the top 5 uses of the internet. The thing I love about internet shopping is when it gets delivered and you're not in, and you get to go and pick it up from an industrial estate 7 miles from your house. And on the way back, you have to drive past the shop you could have bought it from in the first fucking place. The worst thing about internet grocery shopping is the substitution. So if they've run out of butter, let's say, they bring you margarine. I've got a list of... these are all genuine substitutions that have happened to shoppers, OK? This is from the Guardian website, OK? Genuine substitutions. Someone bought some lychees and they replaced them, because they didn't have any lychees, they replaced them with Dairy Lee. Near enough, fine, OK. Headache tablets. They wanted headache tablets. They got dishwasher tablets.
See, that lychees... Dairy Lee isn't a real cheese, so it is technically a lying cheese.
You can't believe you're defending them. OK, this is, I think, my favourite. There's 2 more. 12 toilet rolls replaced with a pack of nappies. I imagine when the grocery shopping arrives, oh, thank God you're here. Well... OK, this is the best thing ever, OK? They didn't have any Tampax, so they replaced them with a Twix bar. It's a genuine thing. Clearly someone in a stockroom has gone, well, that's about the... yeah. Good luck, love.
Do you know what? When you eat them, they do feel like they expand inside you.
He's talking about tampons.
Yes! Not Twix bars, ugh!
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy. You know, it's like... Have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you weren't, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know, and...
But being the world's, best Twitter is like being the world's strongest dwarf, isn't it, really?
So are you a big Twitter fan then, Sean?
I just think, I don't mind people doing it, I just wish they wouldn't mention it. I wish they would just do it and keep quiet about it. So what are you doing? Twittering. Shut up, don't want to know. I think what it is, it's basically it's digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema. Yes, I'm going to the cinema. Going to see Avatar again. 3D rocks. Yeah. I think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want them to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
What's weird about Twitter is the way people... Like, before, people would spot you in, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd... Now, I got a message over there, took my wife, we went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
Nando's
and then the movies.
Yeah,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They're actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted...
What, just come over and go? You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter. One day, your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf. And I'm going to go, serves them right.
You what, Sean? It's going to be your shelf. David, what are you on? Facebook or...?
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. Of course it is. Of course. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now. It's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, so we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming.
I was walking along the road just after it snowed and everyone was moaning about lack of grit. I saw someone had taken it into their own hands, and what they'd done was they put loads of flour on the drive, and then when they've run out of flour, they put loads of oats, and then they put loads of sugar. And I was really expecting to see, just next to that, a baker frozen to death. Just...
I've got my own salt. I use these little sachets of salt. What I do is I sprinkle a bit like that. Right, then I get another one out.
I get really pissed off. I get really pissed off by the whole, like, panic buying stuff that everyone talks about, like, panic buying, because there's a food shortage, people go out and they panic buy bread, eggs and milk. Like, to me, that doesn't seem like panic buying in a food shortage. That's quite intelligent buying. Panic buying would be if you went out to the shops during a food shortage and came back with, like, a copy of 40 Towers and a dildo. Panics!
I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
Basically.
You just press everything.
You know,
Lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage going...
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done a snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
I did see the two guys that drove on the canal this week. You see that?
Great, wasn't it?
You know, the best thing about the story, so it was guys, they got their car, whatever it was, a little tiny Citroen, they drove it along a canal and it went into the water and it reported that they both made it out alive, and so did the dog. They took a dog.
Maybe the dog was driving. That's why they're on the canal. You know, sometimes you go to your dog, go on, you have a go. Sellotape his paws to the wheel. I'll do the gears, don't worry about the pedals. That's what happened.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry. Good.
Do you homeschool?
Sorry, not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. So all the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them?
What do you wear? You know what? No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I would not. No, you know, I wouldn't do something like that. You know.
Are they not sick of you though? Like after spending all day with you, and then they get home. Well, they're at home.
Number one, we don't spend all day
Okay.
doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time, and we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip? My mummy's getting a bikini wax. Good luck, kids. Yes, this is the news that the UK is still in the midst of the coldest winter for 30 years. A headmaster in Hampshire claims some pupils are struggling to make it into school because of the bad weather. He said of the 320 sitting maths A-level, 280 were in the exam hall when the exam started. Another 30 turned up 20 minutes later. 4 people went to the toilet, but only 3 returned. Then 42 left the building. How many were there at the end of the exam? Many people in the north have been bulk buying food because they're fat, greedy
What's that? that about? Well, just because people are buying milk and bread, we like milky bread. What's wrong?
Milky bread, you're both buying in Greggs.
We love it. The exit's still open. They don't care if it's snowing. It's great. You can just slide straight in and put a pasty straight in your mouth.
Most common social faux pas.
Is it saying goodbye to somebody and then walking in the same direction for a bit? I'll see you later, all right?
I know a real bad one from my point of view, because I'm lucky enough to fly in a jet. My little daughter, Isabella, she's 3. She's never flown on a commercial plane before, and we went to Barbados. And then walking on the plane, we're getting taken to our seats. And she turns around and says in the loudest possible voice, "Daddy, what are all these people doing on our plane?"
Did you just put some money in her mouth?
My daughter's never been on a commercial plane. Imagine people watching Channel 4 on a Friday night are thinking, oh, finally someone we can relate to. Most annoying thing about new technology? Go on.
The most annoying thing about new technology is that whatever you get, and no matter how great you think it is, in 6 months' time there'll be one that's 15 times better than it out for half the price. So, like, you're there with your phone, check out my new phone, and then you meet someone about 2 weeks later and they go, oh, yeah, mine's got invisibility cloaking device on it.
Yeah. I have seen your phone, though, and your phone is spectacularly bad.
I brought my phone into a shop recently, and the guy went, this is from 2004! And he got the guy saying, look, it's from 2004! It's the oldest thing he had ever seen. It was like, 2004!
Did he get all the other phones to come and meet its dad? Come and meet your dad!
OK, most annoying thing about technology?
DVD players that don't play all regions of DVD.
Oh.
You don't play all regions of DVD, you are racist.
What is the poshest sport?
Quidditch. Because it's not only posh, like, played by posh people, it's expensive as well. Those, like, flying sweeping brushes and that, they're like 45 quid second-hand, you know what I mean? And who wants a second-hand one? You know someone's died on it, so...
Poshest sport?
Gotta be the equine sports, dressage.
Oh.
Dressage. Who did dressage at school? Who did it? I mean, we keep on saying we've got... Exactly. Who went to school and the teacher turned around and said, listen, kids, got PE on Wednesday. Don't forget your pony. Dressage. If you don't bring your pony, you got to do it in your vest and knickers. Like that.
Yeah, what happened? Is that the one where they just walk around showing off that they've got an horse?
They got a horse that can dance.
They've got a horse that can dance. It's like sort of quite... It's like,
do you know,
it's like that, but with a horse.
It's called...
That has got to be the
Greatest idea ever.
Don't tell him.
I'm invested in Levi Roots. Who must have heard of reggae sauce?
Big time, yeah. I walk past it all the time.
He's the most...
Oh, yeah, Muscat. No, I'll go with something I trust and know. That's what
I've got a sauce.
That sounds horrible.
I've got a sauce. It's called Sean's Secret Sauce. That's a very secret recipe. I make it at midnight when I'm drunk. I switch the lights off in the kitchen. I just make it like that. Some weeks it's delicious. Some weeks it's poisonous. So I'm going to make loads. I'm going to make millions. Because if you talk to Levi Roots, a fellow saucier...
Well, he sung for his sauce. Do you remember that? He put some music in my food today. Give me some reggae sauce.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your song?
My song. Sean's sauce.